What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another F10 video. So on the agenda for today, we're actually going to be swapping out my driver's front door handle or door pull, whatever you want to call this. And the reason being is because if you're unfamiliar with these cars or unfamiliar with this issue, there's a problem with the original door handles, driver's front door handles. Over time, as these cars are getting older and just being exposed to like the heat and like the weather all the time, the door handle will start to deteriorate and sort of get like sticky and like start to melt and leave residue on your hands and stuff. And on these cars that are can feel pretty premium and high quality, and they it's just really tacky and it's really like gross to see that in these cars. And mine have had this problem not only when I had the black interior, but also now that I've installed the cinnamon interior. And so what I thought I'd do today is walk you through the process and show you all the tools and steps you need to replace yours. So with that, let's hop right into it. All right, so starting off with the tools you're gonna need for this job. You're gonna need a ratchet, a extension, a Torx 20-bit, a Torx 27-bit, and a flathead screwdriver, preferably a long flathead screwdriver. Once you have all those, we're gonna move over to the door and I'll show you how to start taking it apart. All right, so here we are at the front door. There's a few things you gotta take off before you could actually pop this door panel off of the door itself. There's two Torx 27 screws. One's gonna be over here underneath this trim piece. There's one underneath this trim piece. And then once this is removed, and you have access to the screws and both of those are removed, we have to take off the speaker cover and speaker and just hang it over the side, and then we'll have the ability to start popping all the clips off of from the door panel off of the door itself. So let me walk you through how to get these off, and once we have all that off, we'll move on to pulling the door panel off. All right, so in order to remove this trim piece, it's just snapped into the door, but there is a clip right here that once you get this out and loose, you're going to want to get a screwdriver and go from underneath and pry the clip up in order to pull this trim piece off. To get there, I just gently go from one side and pry it up, and then you'll just gently pull it out, and you'll see it doesn't want to come off of the door. This is where you'll have to get underneath with your screwdriver and gently pry this clip up, and then once you have it out, you physically have to move this trim piece this way and then pop it out from the back, because there's an L bracket back here. I'll show you guys in a second. You look, there's an L bracket right here, and so you can't just pop this piece out. You have to physically move it and then pull it out. And then as far as the retaining clip that I was telling you about, it's this one right here. See if I can get this to focus. Right there. And so as you guys saw in that clip, you want to go from underneath and then just pry this clip up in order to unlock it and pop it out from the door. Then once you have that one out, you want to pop this out, and so again you want to carefully just get underneath one of the corners and pop it out, and then just gently go around until it unclips, and then you open the door like you're going to open the door with the handle and just pull it over. Once that's out and this trim piece is out, you're exposed to the T27 screws I was telling you guys about that are both right here. Before I undo those, I'm really quickly going to go ahead and remove this speaker cover. In order to do that, this thing is also just snapped in. There's nothing special. You just want to gently go from one of the corners and get part of it loose like that, and then just gently work it off of the door. Just like that. And be careful with the wires, they're still connected to the speaker. I always pull this foam piece out that's back there if you have it, and then just pull this up and over and let it hang down the door. Now we can remove the Torx 27 screws and then pop the door panel off. Alright, now that we have both of the T27 screws out and we have everything everything out of the way in order to pop the door panel off, you're going to want to start unclipping the door panel from the door itself. And so what I'll normally do is I'll start over here by the speaker because you have access to already the back of it, and you just kind of gently pry until you start getting it going, and then you just work your way around the door. And then when it's ready to go, you just want to lift up, because you got to take it off, like over this like door lock, and then just like that, the door panel is out, and now we can move on to unscrewing the door handle. All right, so at this point, you can definitely take the entire door panel out from the car. You can disconnect all of these wires and connectors and everything and remove it, but because I don't want to do that, you can definitely do it right here with everything connected. You do have to take out one connector. This is the one to the power window master switch and all of the controls. So let me take that off right here. And then there's just 4 T20 screws you have to take out. There's one right here, 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 and right here. And once you have all of those out, you could push the door handle up through and out from the front. I do want to note there are 2 different sized screws. One's longer than the other. Just be mindful of where those go when you take them out. I'm going to go ahead and remove these screws and then show you guys, once this is out, how to swap your power window master switch from your old door handle to the new door handle. All right, and really quick before we move on, like I was just saying, how there's 2 different size screws. If you look right here, one's definitely longer than the other one. The 2 long ones will go up top, and the 2 short ones are going to go on the side and at the bottom. So just be mindful of that. And now we're going to move over to swapping this over to the new door handle. All right, so here we have the old door handle next to the new door handle. This door handle I picked up from, I want to say Amazon, for definitely less than like 30 bucks. I'll link it down in the description below. The supplier, I guess you could say, that I got this one from, it was really cool because when I was running through the options, they have all sorts of different color options available. So depending on what color your interior is, you could definitely find which one you're looking for. Also, while this is out of the car, you can get a better idea for what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. You could see how like gross and just like that's a fingerprint for me closing the door. And you can just see how it's all starting to like deteriorate, and this is all like sticky and gross. And the new one obviously doesn't look like that. It looks brand new and clean. And so anyways, in order to swap your power window master switch over to the new door handle, if you look under here, along the sides, on both sides, there's a bunch of tabs that hold this power window master switch onto the door handle itself. And all you want to do is just gently get underneath with a flathead screwdriver and just start prying it up. And try to hold it on one side while you start loosening up the rest. You just heard right there, it popped back into place. But so we're going to pry, hold it, hopefully get under here and pry this one out. There's one. There's the other one. There we go. It's starting to come out now. There we go. And then, bam, just like that. And then to swap it to the new one, just line it up. Make sure everything is in place. And then, sorry about that, I had to cut the clip because my friend walked in the garage and started talking to me. But to reiterate, in order to install this, once it's removed from the old door handle, it's exactly the reverse. You'll just line this up with where it needs to go and then just gently snap it back into place. And once it's all good to go, you can go ahead and install this back in the car. All right, and just like that, it's ready to go back in the car. Now, obviously, install is the reverse of removing it. I'm not going to go through and walk you guys through how to do that. You'll just snap the door handle back into the door panel itself, install those 4 screws. Remember, 2 of them are a different size than the other 2. And then once those are tight, you could just pop the door panel back on, put back in the T27 screws, and then pop the trim pieces in and the speaker cover, and then you're good to go. It was a really easy one today. You guys will see like before and after clips, but I'm just going to wrap the video up here. Really easy mod, super simple. You know, if you're at all mechanically inclined, I think it would take you maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And if you have absolutely no idea what you're doing, I still think it should take no more than 30, 45 minutes. It's a really easy job. It requires very, very minimal basic tools. And yeah, man, it really like helps make the car feel as premium as the car is, if that makes sense. You know, that piece was always like leaving residue and stuff on my hands, and it was like really annoying to like close my door. You know, I know that sounds kind of funky, but now having it replaced, it's like it just matches the theme of the car, you know, the aesthetic of the car, like not being dingy and gross and dirty. So I'm really stoked on it. But yeah, man, lots of cool things in the works. I have a really fun video I'm working on. I'm trying to figure out how I want to shoot it and how I want to get it edited and out to you guys. I'm really excited for you to check it out, and if you are excited to see it or you want to see it, please consider subscribing. It would mean the world. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next F10 video. Peace.